footage from the camera's micro SD card will load over here. This is the fastest way to start editing footage in the app. This is how I like to preview my footage just after I recorded it to make sure that I've got the shot. And because I'm not transferring the footage to my phone, it's not taking up any of my phone's storage space, but it is taking up the camera's battery power. So if you don't want to use up your camera's battery power, then try the next editing option. The second option is to download the footage from the camera's micro SD card to your phone so you can turn off the camera, but it will take up storage space on your phone. But to do this, tap the select button, tap the videos you want to download to your phone, and tap download. When the footage is transferring, the camera will flash, and here you can check the status of when the footage has been transferred. When the footage has finished transferring, go back, and now all your downloaded footage will appear in the downloaded tab. So now this is all the footage that has been downloaded to my phone. So now if I turn off the camera, I will still have access to this footage to edit on my phone. To delete footage from your phone, tap the select button, select the footage you want to delete, and tap delete. If you don't have much storage space on your phone and you want to download, let's go to the camera tab, select the video you want to download, go to trim, use the left and right marker to make the video shorter, and this will make the video a smaller file size. Tap the tick to confirm. Then go back, go to select the footage you just trimmed, tap download, and now you will have an option to download a trimmed version, which is a smaller file size. So tap trimmed clip, and it will download this footage to your phone. So now when I go to the downloaded tab, I have a 10-second version of the video, which was originally 21 seconds. The third way, and my most favorite way to edit 360 footage in the Insta360 app is by using the Insta360 Quick Reader. Because with this, you're not going to be using your camera's battery power, and you're not going to be using up your phone storage. So let me show you how to set this up. Remove the battery. Remove the camera's micro SD card. Place the micro SD card into the Quick Reader. Connect the Quick Reader into your phone. Tap Allow. This will open the Insta360 app, and now all the footage from your camera's micro SD card. Place the micro SD card into the Quick Reader. Open the Tap any footage, and now you can edit as long as the Quick Reader is connected to your phone. However you edit your Insta360,
Insta360 makes excellent action cameras. These include not only the newest Pro, but also the super handy and lightweight Go3 or the X3, which is still the best 360 camera in the consumer segment today. If you are looking for an action camera, a good travel camera, then one of these three cameras is the perfect choice for you. But which one? Let's find out in this video. First, I'll show you which special features and strengths each of the three cameras has compared to the other two. Features is usually will assign the ideal camera to each camera. Let's start with the Ace Pro, what makes it special. Its major strengths compared to the Go3 and the X3. The greatest strength of the Ace Pro is certainly its outstanding image quality. Its action camera has a relatively large overall frame sensor and a very fast 5nm chip. The image sensors of the Go3 and X3 are significantly smaller in comparison. Even if the size of the image sensor is not the only factor that influences the image quality, it is definitely very important. Frame rate of 30 frames per second, the HDR mode is automatically activated. The HDR mode is Pro for an action camera has a very large over 1.3 sensor and a very fast 5nm chip. The image sensors of the Go3 and X3 are significantly smaller in comparison, and even if the size of the image sensor is not the only factor that influences the image quality, it is definitely very important. The 4K image of the Ace Pro is very detailed and has an excellent dynamic range. In addition, at the frame rate of up to 30 frames per second, the HDR mode is automatically activated. In the HDR mode, the Ace Pro has been fantastically integrated into the standard video mode. Burnt-out highlights are consistently prevented, but the image still has sufficient contrast and never has that unrealistic HDR look. It is true that the X3 also has an HDR mode, but this is a separate shooting mode that cannot be compared with the HDR feature of the Ace Pro, and also has disadvantages in terms of image quality. The Ace Pro's large sensor also allows for very good image quality in low-light conditions. The Ace Pro has its own recording mode for low-light shots, pure video, which provides particularly noise-free results. Especially in low light, the image quality of the Ace Pro is clearly superior to the other two cameras. And the Ace Pro is also the first high-quality action camera that can shoot in 8K, even if 8K is only available at 24 frames per second, and the 8K mode does not only have advantages, it is of course something special to be able to take high-quality shots in this resolution. With the clarity zoom, the Ace Pro has a 2x zoom feature, which is a digital crop. However, the high-resolution 48 megapixel sensor enables a zoom that only leads to a slight reduction in image quality. But the good image quality is not the only strength of the Ace Pro. Just like the Go3, it has a foldable display, which is a great advantage when filming yourself. And the new fast processor makes a variety of AI features possible. The AI Highlights Assistant, for example, enables the camera to recognize important subjects in the image directly during recording, allowing important moments to be marked and memorized immediately. This greatly improves and facilitates the automatic creation of an edit and saves you a lot of work. Does the Ace Pro also have disadvantages? Yes, because at $450, it is the most expensive of the camera. To all three cameras in the video description. Since its release, there has also been a lot of discussion about the fact that the lens cover of the Ace Pro is not removable and therefore cannot be replaced by the user. It's true, this is a disadvantage. Insta360 is aware of this and will replace a scratched or damaged lens cover free of charge within 1 year of purchase. You only have to pay the shipping costs. And a fixed lens cover also has an advantage. Moisture can hardly get behind the cover. Anyone who has ever used an action camera, for example a GoPro in cold water, will have noticed that the lens cover can fog up quickly if there is a large temperature difference. A removable lens cover, therefore, does not only have advantages. Let's take a look at the Go3. What are the major strengths of this mini action camera? I think that's relatively clear. The great thing about the Go3 is of course its small form factor, but not only that. The whole concept of the Go3 combination of the action pod is very well thought out and makes the small Go3 an extremely versatile camera. The Go3 is not only small, it also has magnets in the back and can barely be stretched to surfaces for additional movement. It also has a locking mechanism, so it can quickly catch to the magnetic mounts. Yes, even the Ace Pro has a magnetic mount. The camera can be attached to something offers as many mounting options as there is. This also has to do with the many mounts and accessories that 360 offers promotion, velvet stand, easy clip, magnet pendant, and so on. And the overall concept of the action is similar. The action is not a little charging station for Go Free. You can also use it as a remote controller with an integrated display for Go Free. And of course, you can also mount the Go Free in the action mode and use it like a standard action camera, which then has a flip-up display just like the Ace Pro. In Go Free, it also has another very special feature. Not only does it have a surprisingly wide field of view, it also has a square sensor. If you take shots in free-from video mode, you can design completely freely and without additional cropping, whether you want to use the shot in a vertical or horizontal format. The Go Free is therefore unbeatable in terms of flexibility. However, the small form factor and small image sensor of the Go Free naturally also needs disadvantages, especially in comparison to the Ace Pro. The Go Free cannot quite keep up with its big brother in terms of image quality. The highest possible resolution of the Go Free is 2.7K. 4K is not available. High frame rates for slow motion are only available in 1080. I can give the all clear for overheating and battery life. The Go Free has no problem with overheating, but if you use it in the action mode, you can shoot for 1 hour and 40 minutes until the battery runs out. In the action mode, the Go Free is that the battery and the memory are both fixed. This is the loop of the concept of the Go Free, but you should know that you can neither replace the battery nor change the SD card, although you can of course download the recordings to your smartphone web travel. I would say that Insta360's most successful and best known camera is the X3, and for good reason. In the consumer segment, it's definitely the best 360 camera you can buy. But what makes this camera so special? Unlike the Ace Pro and the Go Free, it has 2 image sensors and 2 lenses. In other words, 2 cameras. The images from the 2 cameras are then merged into a single 360 image. And this has 3 decisive advantages. You can take 360 shots with the X3, in which you can look around freely. Or you can take a 360 shot, not have to worry about the framing, and can then freely select the framing in post. Then export a normal video clip in a standard format from your shot. This means that although you end up with a standard video clip, you have complete freedom in the choice of the framing. The third advantage of the X3 is that the selfie stick automatically disappears from the image. Yes, it's true, this also works with the Ace Pro, but in the case of the Ace Pro, it's a completely artificial and digital effect, as if you were removing the selfie stick from the image in Photoshop. The effect has to be applied to each clip individually in the app, and depending on the shot, you can still see where the selfie stick has been removed. The situation is different with the X3. Here the selfie stick is automatically removed and the result is significantly better. This is mainly made possible by the overlapping images of the 2 extremely wide lenses, and the reframing and invisible selfie stick effect in combination with the big bounce from the X3 enable very special and creative shots that are only possible in this form with 360 cameras. If this freedom and creative shooting angles appeal to you, the X3 is the camera of choice. However, the X3 also has disadvantages compared to the Ace Pro. It has 2 image sensors, similar to the Go Free. These are smaller than the large sensor of the Ace Pro. The X3 shoots in 5.7K, but if you want to get a standard video clip, you have to edit each shot and select the optimal framing. This in turn leads to a crop of the image, and the result of the reframing and your export is a significantly reduced resolution. If you don't feel like reframing and just need a quick shot, this is also possible with the X3 in 4K. But even in this case, the image quality is not fully comparable to the Ace Pro. That would be too good to be true. We've now seen the major strengths and weaknesses of all 3 cameras.